Hello. Is that your room?
Fun. Yeah.
Oh, it's very pretty. Did you do that rainbow picture?
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, it's very pretty. And Em, what is your favorite Bible story are you about to show me?
It's God made the world. God makes the world.
Is it the one about Adam and Eve?
Yeah.
Aha, right at the beginning of the Bible. That'll be a crazy fun one to read because it's right at the beginning. So great. What activity should we do? I'm going to have a little think. What could we do? I have an idea. We could do a lot of things, hey, actually, because if God was making the world, we could pretty much make anything. I'll think of something fun, like making slime. What do you reckon would be the funnest? To make an animal, or to make some slime, or to make some Play-Doh?
I think make some slime.
Slime's pretty fun. Okay, we might do that. That's a great idea. Love that we got to see your room, and I love that you got to choose a story. See you soon.
Okay,
bye guys.
Hello, Co-Kids. It's always special to see you guys. I got to phone Emma the other night and chat to her just before she went to bed, and she was telling me how one of her favorite stories is Noah's Ark, but we've already had that one. And so her other favorite story is the one about Adam and Eve and when God made the world. And so that's what I'm going to read to you today. It's right in the beginning of the Bible. The very, very first story that you will find in the Bible is when God made the world. In the beginning, there was nothing but darkness. There was no water and no land, no animals and no people. But in the silence, there was God, and God had a plan. Let there be light, he said, and suddenly the blackness lit up in shining gold. Can you imagine what it would have been like to be there and have seen that? God separated the light from the darkness. He called the light day and the darkness night. And then God stretched space deep and wide, and he placed the planets and the stars in the sky. He created water and land on earth with plants to grow. God filled the oceans with fish of amazing shapes and colors. Be fruitful and multiply, he told them. God made birds to fly overhead, and then he made animals of every kind to live on land. Some creatures were large and some were small. Some were spiky and some were soft. And God loved all that he had made, but he wasn't finished yet. God had one last creation: people. God made a man and named him Adam, and he made a woman and named her Eve. Adam and Eve loved each other very much. And together, they gave names to God's creation. Wouldn't that have been fun? Imagine thinking up all the crazy names that we now just know. Imagine thinking about what an elephant's name should be, or what a rhino's name should be, or what a monkey's name should be. God told Adam and Eve to take good care of the animals, and then they all lived together peacefully in the beautiful garden called Eden, feeling God's love everywhere. God provided for all their needs. They could eat any fruit they wanted, except the fruit from the tree in the middle of the garden. One day, an evil snake tricked them into eating it anyway. They really should have listened, because Adam and Eve knew that they had sinned, and they became afraid and tried to hide. Yet God can see everywhere, and he found them. And when he learned that they had disobeyed, God was very, very sad. He sent them away from the garden to never return. And from now on, they would have to work hard and grow their own food. And Adam and Eve never felt as close to God again. And God wasn't being unkind when he sent them out of the garden. He actually sent them out of the garden to be kind, because there was another tree in that garden, and it was called the tree of life. And he was worried that, what if they ate of that tree and then they would live forever and ever and ever, and they would never be able to be friends with God again, because they hadn't listened and they had eaten some of the fruit that had separated them from God. And that's what made God so sad. He loved the people he made. He loved Adam. He loved Eve. And he didn't want to be separated from them. He wanted to be able to be friends with them. And so that's why he had to close the garden and tell them to go out. And then he made a way for people to be friends with God if they choose that. That's when he sent Jesus. And we have read about Jesus. He's the main guy in the Bible. And Jesus was the one who made a way for us to be friends with God. And so we don't have to live separated from him anymore. So, you know, when God made the world, and he made the water and the land and the trees and the fish and the day and the night and the planets, he made all of those things especially for people. And when he made people, he made us in his image. Not the same as all the other things he made. We were different. We were made very special. We were actually made to be like God and to be friends with God, because our hearts and our thinking and the way that we work as humans was made in the image of God. And so we must be very creative, because the fact that God made the world means that he was very and is very creative. Can you just even think of all the colorful fish in the ocean, or of all the animals on the land, or of all the beautiful flowers and trees, or the different shapes of the clouds in the sky? God is so creative to make all those things. And so, for our activity today, we're going to do something a little bit different. Sienna and Kewan are often doing a creative activity at around about this point after the story. But just for fun, we thought we might go to England and visit some of our friends there and ask them if they can create something for our Co-Kids video this week. And so, let me introduce you to Indy and Hunter. You're going to love their accents and you're going to love their creativity. Let's see what they're going to make for us.
Hi, kids. I'm Hunter.
I'm Indy.
Today we're going to show you
How to make these awesome birds and chickens.
This guy's name is Raven the Raven.
And this guy's name is Licking the Chicken.
These birds are part of God's creation. We need paper plates and paper. First, fold the paper in line. Then fold your paper plate in half. Hello. Then put your googly eyes on. Cut the paper plate like this. Get a grown-up to help you if you need help. Now put the wings in. Now spread the wings out. Time to eat. Fold it in half. Get a glue. Stick it in. Get another to help you with your math. There you have it, God's creation. Good luck making yours at home.
Thank you, Indian Hunter, for your creativity and for sharing it with us. And to all of our co-kids, you are so welcome to have a go at what they did, or why don't you just get as creative as you want to be? Have a go at a painting or a sand sculpture on the beach, or making slime, or making Play-Doh, or baking a cake, or learning a new instrument, or thinking of a new way of how you can make a new friend. Anything you want, because you are creative. Because you're created in the image of a creator God who loves you very much, by the way. And on that note, I'm going to say goodbye and see you next week.
Hi! Can you hear me? Oh, whoopsie, I think the internet's gone funny.
What else have I got to say? Who is coming downstairs and about to make noise? Hang on.